Greetings legal minds and welcome once again to the lecture hall brought to you by Emmy's Legal Nugget. Today we will try to analyze a particular offense which is provided for in the Nigerian Criminal Code, which is applicable in southern Nigeria, and the Penal Code, which is applicable in northern Nigeria. And this particular offense is known as the offense of conspiracy, and so many people call it the offense of the agreement to prosecute an unlawful purpose. Firstly, it is important to note, by virtue of the express provisions of this code, that while the physical element of an offense generally constitutes an act or an omission, a close examination and explanation of different ingredients that constitute different offenses would make us go beyond the literal scope of understanding the physical elements of an offense. While you should already know from the general definition of what an offense is as provided for in section 2 of the Nigerian Criminal Code, we were able to see that an offense was generally defined as an act or omission. But like I said, on a close examination and proper explanation of the different ingredients or certain elements of specific kind of offenses would make us understand that a slight manifestation of your intention or the mental element of an offense cannot just come as an act or omission alone, such that you can also be held liable for committing an offense by just making an act, making a word, making a speech, doing a form of writing, or even entering into an agreement. The offense of conspiracy, which is our context for discussion, as expressly provided for in section 516 of the Nigerian Criminal Code applicable in southern Nigeria, and also in section 96 of the Penal Code applicable in northern part of Nigeria, is one of this particular kind of strange offenses, as I would call it. Now, what is conspiracy, or rather what is the offense of conspiracy? The offense of conspiracy is simply termed as an agreement between two or more persons to do or cause to do a legal or an illegal act by any illegal means. In simpler terms, the offense of conspiracy is simply an agreement to commit a crime. It may shock you to know, but the actual manifestation of the terms of this agreement is not necessary, as according to the provisions of the code, the mere agreement alone constitutes an offense. So therefore, in proving the offense of conspiracy, it is not necessary and sufficient to prove to the court that the agreement to commit the crime has actually been put into actual manifestation. Also, proving the offense of conspiracy as specifically defined in the provisions of section 516 of the Criminal Code and section 96 to 98 of the Penal Code is not too difficult. So when you want to prove the offense of conspiracy against the accused parties in every criminal trial, it is only necessary that you actually prove to the court that there is actually an agreement between two or more persons, such that an individual cannot be liable in an offense for conspiracy. And not just that, you must also prove that this agreement that has been entered into by these accused persons is actually an agreement to commit a crime or to prosecute an unlawful purpose or a lawful purpose by an unlawful means. So if Emmy, Aki, Musa, and Ebuka enters into an agreement to kill the vice principal of their institution, in this situation, they will be liable and punished according to the provisions of the code for the offense of conspiracy. And the fact that this agreement between these accused persons have actually been put into manifestation is irrelevant, as the major bedrock of this offense of conspiracy lies not in the prosecution of the act itself, but actually in the mere agreement to prosecute an unlawful purpose. Kindly see the rulings and read the judgment of the court in Federal Republic of Nigeria and Nwankwo, which was made in 2003, as the understanding of the reason for this position would give you a wide and comprehensive view of this particular offense. Thank you so much for your time. Do follow us and subscribe to this channel to be updated when more insightful nuggets and legal tips are sent.